Hi students, how are you today? Welcome to Top Tutors, Toppers e-learning classes. Understand every single concept and be a topper. Today we are discussing 10th standard Cbse mathematics, chapter number 1, real numbers. Exercise 1.3 second question. The question says that prove that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. Already we have taken this topic in details, and 3-4 question we have already done. Okay, so we have to prove that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. How will you prove this one? We are using the contradiction method of proof by contradiction method. First we will assume that 3 plus 2 root 5 is rational. Okay, actually it is irrational, but we are going to prove by contradiction method. So first we will assume the contradiction. So first let us assume that 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational number. We are assuming it is a rational number. In fact it is irrational, but we are assuming that it is rational. So it is contrary assumption. What is the next step? We know the standard form of rational number. A rational number, how will you write it? It is in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q denominator not equal to 0. So we can write it like that. That is 3 plus 2 root 5 equal to p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0. So since 3 plus 2 root 5 is rational number according to our contrary assumption, we can write it in the standard form, that is p by q form. That is equal to p by q, some integer divided by another integer. Also we are assuming p and q are co-primes. We are making them to simplest form, simplest or lowest term we are making after simplification. So p and q have no other common factors except 1. So we can call p and q as co-prime. Fine. Now next step, 2 root 5 equal to p by q minus 3. We have taken this 3 to the right side. We brought 3 to the right side. So this plus 3 will change into minus 3. So p by q minus 3. If you want, we can make it a single fraction using LCM or any other method. We can make it as p minus 3 q by q. Okay, LCM is q. So q in q 1 times 1 into p is p. Okay, and 3 we can consider 3 by 1. So 1 in q times q into 3 is 3q, one method. Or these 3 by 1 we can multiply numerator and denominator by q to make the equivalent fraction. So this will change into 3q by q. So denominators are common, take it as common denominator q and p minus 3q, one method. Or tricky method, we have to multiply both denominators and write as a denominator. So q into 1 is q. And cross multiply, 1 into p is p minus 3 into q. Lot of methods are there, you know. So any method, use it and simplify it. It's not compulsory. If you want, you can do like this also, or you can keep like this also. Fine. So what is the next step? Next step, you have to take 2 to the right side. If you take 2 to the right side, what will happen? We can write root 5 equal to p minus 3q, this one, p minus 3q by q, and this 2 will come in the denominator. Or we can write like this also, root 5 equal to, already right side we have p by q. So we took 3 to the right side, so it become p by q minus 3. Put it in a bracket and take 2 to the right side, so we can make it as 1 by 2. So we can write it this way also. Which one is easy for you? Do like that. So actually this is a rearrangement, or we are making root 5 as the subject. Okay. Next step, we have to argue that this RHS is a rational number. How we can argue? P minus 3q, P minus 3q by 2q is a rational number. Or if you are taking this one, you can say 1 by 2 into P by q minus 3 is a rational number. What is the reason? Because 2, 3, P, Q, all these numbers and variables are integers. 2 and 3, we know they are integers. P and Q, we assume that P and Q are we are considered as a rational number. General form P and Q are integers. Okay, so P minus 3Q is the numerator, 2Q is the denominator. So this number P minus 3Q by 2Q should be a rational number, or it is a rational number. Okay, next step. What is the next step? Therefore, root 5 is rational. Root 5 is rational. What is the reason? From 4 and 5. 4 we are saying root 5 equal to P minus 3Q by 2Q. In fifth statement, we are saying the RHS, this RHS, that is P minus 3Q by 2Q, is a rational number. If right hand side is rational number, since it is an equation, LHS, left hand side also a rational number. So therefore, root 5 is a rational number as per statement 4 and 5. Okay. Seventh statement. This contradicts the fact that root 5 is irrational. This contradicts the fact that root 5 is irrational. We know root 5 is irrational. We have proved in the previous classes. So root 5 is irrational. So according to statement 6, it contradicts. Okay. This contradiction has arisen because of our incorrect assumption. Finally, we can say that therefore 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. That is the conclusion. We have proved it. We have proved, right? Fine. So this step-by-step method using contradiction method of proof, we can very easily prove that. We can easily prove that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. Okay, fine. So practice well. Good. Make the concept proper. See you in the next class. Bye.